So St Albans moves in. Thanks, Marto. Welcome to the coverage here at Canterbury. We're loading up here for the first of the day. Soft sixes they're going. Very little wind, really. A little breeze from the west and a fairly pleasant winter's day racing ahead here in Sydney southwest. So Kilbrannan goes in. We're locked and loaded. Hot favourite Gate 1 Central Coast. Ready to run in the first. Set. Racing. Good level line out. Central Coast has drawn barrier 1 and is in the thick of the action. Caviar showing good speed. St Albans going forward. Cockatahi as well, then Galahop. Now Central Coast just being restrained a little bit with the speed on going in the lead. Dropping back is Crossbow on the inside of Kilbrannan. So Caviar takes the lead from the other newcomer. St Albans will punch the breeze. Now Central Coast went up the inside and will grab leaders back in third. Followed by Cockatahi, Galahop on a 3-wide path going around them from Crossbow, and Kilbrannan's last of a bunch field. So Caviar at a steady speed, 600 metres to go, leads by 3/4 St Albans. Galahop goes to third out wide, the hot favourite Central Coast fourth the rails. Then came Cockatahi, Kilbrannan in the 3-wide line. Crossbow now to the fence last of all. Caviar leads around the turn now. Caviar from St Albans. Central Coast at the moment locked up. Cockatahi's pulling out 300 to go, and the leader is Caviar, but Cockatahi lengthens on the outside of St Albans, and coming off heels now Central Coast. Cockatahi in front, Central Coast and Crossbow on the outside. Central Coast goes to the front, and Central Coast, the hot favourite, beat the stablemate Crossbow. Cockatahi finishing in third. So it was a Chris Waller first 4 as it turned out, with St Albans a distant fourth. Further back to Galahop, Caviar got tired and Kilbrannan was last in.
The expensive colt gets the job done. Central Coast for Chris Waller, the son of Sunlight, of course, by Wootton Bassett. He looked as though it was a bit of a nervous watch there for those who've taken the $1.40 about him, but once he was able to get out, he's lengthened, and Chris Waller has trained the first 4 over the line there. So he's got Central Coast, Crossbow, and then we had Cockatahi in for third, Nick.
Yeah, you had to hold your breath there between the 400 to the 200, but a very patient and cool ride there by Adam Hieronymus, where they clearly wanted to ride him with cover and teach him and educate him that way. But when he got out, you had to like how he wanted to hit the line. For a 2-year-old to stick his head out the way he did, it'd be interesting to see where they go now. Maybe they spell him and bring him back for the spring. But I think the second horse really caught the eye, Crossbow, returning as a gelding. The third horse loomed as the winner and probably just knocked up, will improve from the experience. But really, it is all about the winner.
Yeah, it certainly was, and we'll get the thoughts of, I think we've got Charlie Duckworth on track today, just waiting for him to come over and have a chat to us. He's making his way over now. First 4 across the line there for Chris Waller, and no doubt they'd be pleased with that. Interested to see what they plan on now, as you said, Nick, whether they tip him out and wait for him to come back for the spring. But he looks like such a cool, laid-back customer as he was in the yard, and he obviously presented in lovely order. You'd be pleased with that. Yeah,
very pleased with that. Obviously, it was a bit of a nervous watch, really. He was actually pretty keen down the back, which I didn't really anticipate, to be honest. He's like you said, pre-race he was beautiful and calm, but he did get up on the bridle for Adam. But Adam just had to bide his time in the straight, and yeah, he was very good late.
Was it the plan to just have a bit of education for him today and let him settle there behind them?
Yeah, it was. Look, ideally we would have taken a sit last start, but he just bounced and landed there, and was sort of left as a sitting duck as a result. So it was very much the plan to try and ride him with some cover today, and then get him to utilise his turn of foot. So pleased that he had it because he needed it today.
Will this see him out for this prep now and he comes back for the spring, or what's the thinking?
There's a listed 1,400 metre race in 10 days in Queensland, so he can either go there or ultimately he'll spell and start again for a big 3-year-old year.
Of course, you trained the first 4 over the line. Crossbow back at gelding was good.
Yeah, he was brilliant. I thought all four of them were. St Albans was a bit raw first day at school. Same with Cockatahi, and Crossbow had the experience on the board from last preparation, and he's gone well. So look, they're all genuine city class horses. So just got to try and separate them.
Great result.
Thank you.
It's Charlie Duckworth as he just comes back. He is such a beautiful horse, isn't he, Shani? Can't wait to see him once he steps out again. He's got that typical rich coat of the Wootton Bassets. As you have a chat now with his winning rider, Adam Hieronymus.
I know you when you picked this horse up this morning, but he's got class all over him, hasn't he?
He does. He's got a ton of ability. But even like to look at him now, he's just such a cool dude, and there's so much upside. He went out first, came into the gates, and he's looking around, and he didn't know whether to go left or right. That's just because he's still learning. But once the gates opened, he's a real racehorse, and probably got a bit strong there for a little bit longer than I would have liked. But it's nothing negative on him. I think he's just a horse that he knows he's a racehorse. He's got good ability. The speed was probably okay. I didn't think it was anything spectacular. So him being a bit strong wasn't a negative on him, but it's in an awkward position for him to get out and accelerate the way that he's accelerated is really good. And he's got a 2-year-old win today, and I'm sure that will mean something later in his career.
Thanks, Ad. Well done.
Thank you.
Very comprehensive comments there from Adam Hieronymus.
He's just got. Ask a second question.
You didn't. That was a great post-race report, wasn't it? He's just got so much presence about him. Having a look at him as he stands here posing for the cameras, you can tell.
They have the best demeanours about them.
Don't they?
I've not seen one that has gotten stirred up or anything. I'm sure there are a few out there, but everyone I've seen just present with just so much professionalism, class, etc.
Well, this colt certainly has the X factor, and it's the first 4 over the line there for Chris Waller. Central Coast, Crossbow, Kukatahi and St Aldwyn, Anthony.
First 2 favourites win in Brisbane and in Sydney. Cool ride by Adam Hieronymus. He got bailed up in the Canterbury coffin, but he didn't panic. He just waited his time, got across the leader's heels, and he was too good.
As I say that, I was about to say Straight Sets is our 280 favourite, but Erno will jump as our 270 favourite at this stage as they finalise the loading process. Let's join Darren Flindell.
The pair in the market here, Erno now 270, 280 about Straight Sets. She won both the trials very impressively, Straight Sets, and Erno chased home Pen Pell at Warwick Farm last time. Kakadu Sunsets, the last to move in, drawn the outside barrier. They were 3 seconds outside the class record in the first. The boys and the fillies are set to fly now in the maiden over 1250 metres. Stand by for a break. Race 2 here at Canterbury. They're set and they're racing. And Straight Sets has jumped well. So did Kakadu Sunset. Erno there. Now Avenue Montaigne drawn the fence and is pushing into a prominent role. Yatazoo taken back. Kakadu Sunset taken back now. Parking on the outside of the roughy, Sharzino. So Zach Lloyd got the front here on Straight Sets, and Berry will have to be content with a spot outside the leader there on Erno. And the 2 favourites at it early. 1.5 lengths to Avenue Montaigne. 3/4 then to Yatazoo, carrying the head a touch high there. 2 off to Sharbino, and Kakadu Sunset is the last one. So Straight Sets had no bothers in leading there. It's about a neck in front to Erno. Avenue Montaigne with a nice trail. Yatazoo being scrubbed up a long way from home. A gap to Sharbino on the inside of Kakadu Sunset. So it's Straight Sets and Erno, the 2 favourites stride for stride at the 400 metres. Avenue Montaigne right behind them. Yatazoo pulling deeper out as they straighten up now, and Straight Sets being eyeballed by Erno. Straight Sets roused along now. So's Erno the outside. Neither giving an inch here at the furlong. Meantime, Avenue Montaigne's coming off heels, and Kakadu Sunset down the outside. Coming with a good run, Kakadu Sunset. Avenue Montaigne between them, but Kakadu Sunset went home best. Kakadu Sunset beat Avenue Montaigne, and a photo for third, Erno and Sharbino. They're separated by a few horses there. Yatazoo weakened out, and Straight Sets has dropped out to finish last.
Oh, so the filly by Extreme Choice, he sires another winner out of typing. Kakadu Sunset for Adam Hieronymus. Once again, time to perfection. That's 2 great rides there from Hippo. He begins the day with a running double. 2 was Avenue Montaigne, who loomed up, the stablemate there for Gay and Adrian. And then I think we've got Erno there probably for third. It's a bit of a tight go, but I think Erno's probably nabbed third spot. And then the 10, Sharbino, but the daughter of Extreme Choice on debut, Nick.
Yeah, the 2 Waterhouse Bot Gallopers get the Quinella there, just settled back and probably just got to build into the race there, where the stablemate had a little bit of a checkered passage but did have its chance there. But Kakadu Sunset clearly improved, probably on the drier surface coming off those 2 trials where it was on heavy ground, but that's a nice debut performance. The stablemate there, Avenue Montaigne, was a little bit slow away as well, and probably just better at that free rolling, so if they can just bounce a little bit better there next start, that'll suit. Erno jumped with them, probably better suited there with Cover and and does a good performance. And the favourite, I thought it had its chance. They only looked to go at a moderate to even speed, so will improve from the experience.
I think we've got Adrian Bott. Oh, there we go. He's waiting in position already. He's been trained well. Here he is. Congratulations. Nice to have a Quinella there. But this daughter of Extreme Choice, there's not a great deal of her, but she's got a motor, as they so often do.
Yeah, she's just taken a little bit of time to physically mature, and Owen's been very patient with her, and even today Adam gave her a lovely patient ride, and that may be what she needed at this stage of her career while she continues to strengthen up. But I think she's shown nice signs initially, and I'm sure she's opened a lot of improvement going forward.
Just on Adam as well, he's certainly got his eye in at the moment, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's riding with a lot of confidence. He sort of left everything open to him where he wanted to be today. I think the plans changed pretty quickly once they jumped, and as you said, a jockey riding with confidence can make those decisions quickly, and he's made the right call today.
What did you make of Avenue Montaigne?
Yeah, I've got a lot of time for her. I thought she was very gallant in defeat. I think she's a quality filly, both these are, but particularly once she gets up over ground, she just may not have had the momentum today, but a lot to like about her as well.
Well done.
Thanks very much.
Good to get the thoughts there of Adrian Bott as we just wait for our winning jockey to come back there, Adam Hieronymus. Another peach of a ride from him, Shani. Might give you another very comprehensive post-race analysis.
Let's hope so. He did trial her, so he did know a little bit about her coming into this. He rode her back in late May. It was on a heavy 9 when she finished second, so she'd had 2 trials coming into this. She'd had a previous preparation where she didn't quite make it to the races. She'd only had the 1 trial, but she was dipped out, sent to the paddock, and she debuts in a nice order. She's only little, but she really wanted to win that.
Yeah, she did. We didn't go step the greatest, so I just brought her back. Speed was nice early. She travelled really well throughout the race, and I was confident during. It was just a matter of sort of thought the leading bunch, the first 2, obviously have had good form, and how much they were going to kick. But once I peeled her out, she did a good job. She's still pretty green, but very pleased.
Did you come here thinking she could do that, or more hoping?
Me and her have got a little bit of a love-hate relationship, so I flew off her once, and when she was a baby, and but she has progressed. Once she's got to the trials, she's really progressed in her mannerisms, and you could see that in the enclosure today. For a horse when she was a baby, she was quite wouldn't say erratic, but just very green, and she'd probably more so do things wrong just because of her immaturity. But the way she walked around the enclosure today, and how she is now, even her whole mannerisms today have been fantastic, and she still needs to strengthen up, but it's a lot of upside.
Good start to the day, well done.
Thank you.
Certainly a progressive filly, and that's a running double for Adam Hieronymus to begin a great day, and a Quinella for Gay Waterhouse and Adrian Bott. Kakadu Sunset, Avenue Montaigne, and our favourite Erno has run third. The 4 in for fourth was Sharbino, the 10, Anthony.
Okay, nice debut, Kakadu Sunset. She nice style of filly, isn't she, with that big white face? And Adam Hieronymus, the first 2 winners, 10.70, 5.10. Good luck to you if you found it. Avenue Montaigne, 2.20, Erno. No third there for the favourite. She ended up running favourite Erno, sat up beside the leader, and Straight Sets was a touch disappointing as well, though 2 more fancied runners in the market. 4, 2, 1 and 10 there after the second from Canterbury. We're off to a break on Sky Thoroughbred Central. Doomben 3 next.
When you gonna give me some time, Sharona? Will you make my motor run? My motor run. Got it coming off of the line, Sharona. Never gonna stop giving.
A nice spot, come to the outside of runners, which I do think would be the best way to ride her.
Piero's Girl's been the firmer there. She opened $5.50. Now she's into $4. She was as short as $3.80, so she's just getting out of touch now. And Righteous Legend starting to shorten again. 3 into $2.80 is our favourite as they just start to bring the first horses forward. Canterbury is at that $4.60 quote. $5.50 about Dwayne. Sleuth is at 7s, and then a gap out to the others. So Righteous Legend just starting to tighten again as they load here. We've only got 3, 4 out of line. Let's join Darren Flindell.
Wizard Star. Few gear changes on Wizard Star. Cross noseband on, tongue tie as well. So the favourite is Righteous Legend. Odds on favourite. Central Coast won the first. And the previous going to Kakadu Sunset, who jumped well but was snagged back from a wider draw and then swamped them wide out. So Wizard Star now is the last to move in, and we're ready to go. Race 3 here, Canterbury. Morris at Arrowfield. This over 1550 metres for the maidens. Stand by. Gates are back now and they're off and racing in the third at Canterbury. Piero's Girl jumped well off the inside. Righteous Legend right there. So's Dwayne. Now Sleuth is carving down towards the rails. Canterito going with it. Looks as though it's Amazing wants to go forward from that wide draw and Wizard Star's been taken back to last. Righteous Legend pushes on there and Jason Collett will find the front and whipping right around the outsides. Amazing's doing a bit of work to get there. Dwayne will hand up and take a sit in third. Piero's Girl fourth the rails. Then came Canterito on the running line, tugging along in advance of Sleuth, and a length and a half last is Wizard Star. About 7 lengths covers the field, and Righteous Legend, the favourite, races to a length and a half, 2-length lead now on Amazing. Piero's Girl pushing through on the rails third, a half the outside to Dwayne. 2 further back to Canterito on the outside of Sleuth, and Wizard Star's got it all to do. They lead the back straight, still about 7 lengths covering last to first, and the front runner Righteous Legend's gone further in front. It's Amazing being niggled along in second. Then Piero's Girl from Dwayne. Sleuth, Canterito, Wizard Star. 400 a run. Righteous Legend about a length and a half clear. It's Amazing's under the pump in second. Dwayne pulling out. Piero's Girl's hunting the fence as they turn. Into the straight. Righteous Legend 2 in front. To Dwayne moving up on the outside going to second. Canterito down the outside. Piero's Girl's not picking up a yard. It's Righteous Legend nicely clear though with 150 to go from Dwayne. Canterito. Here's Sleuth with a big run late. Canterito and Sleuth and Canterito. Boy, it's becoming a swoopers track today. Canterito got there, beating Sleuth, who got to Righteous Legend. Then Wizard Star whizzing home from a mile back. Further back to Dwayne's Amazing. Oh, Piero's Girl had a cheap run on the fence and finished last.
Ooh, looked as though they weren't going to make it there and just swoops in time there. Canterito, Chantel Buckley's pick of the yard. Nick Burney's on top selection. We had Sleuth closing off well too. Piero's Girls dropped out and I think Righteous Legend has hung on for third. So it's gone Canterito, Sleuth, Righteous Legend and then a photo for fourth, Nick.
Yeah, good win there by Canterito, just getting to the outside of horses. Was run to suit, but she still just wanted to keep finding under pressure. She knuckled down there late, so a really good effort for her. And I think getting out to a bigger track will only be for a plus in time. So she's done well to win second up. Sleuth was a good, honest effort there as well. And Righteous Legend, you could just tell at the 200 metres, it was starting to get tired. But Canterito, a really, really nice second up effort. And the second horse as well. But I do think Canterito obviously is the horse to take out of it, especially when it can finally get to a bigger track. And off that, I know it's only 1550, you'd have to say she'd almost run 1800 metres, Ali.
Yeah, most certainly. And as you said, she'll benefit from probably a bigger track as well, as we just wait for Charlie Duckworth to come over and have a chat with us. He's just making his way over now. Canterito, this 3-year-old filly by Snitzel, who of course we sadly lost this week. It was a big loss to the breeding industry, and he's been a stalwart and the champion sire for a very long time. So anytime we see Snitzel's name there siring a winner, it's a nice one. And that's what I was just mentioning, Charlie. It's always nice when Snitzel gets a winner, particularly after we sadly lost him this week.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, he's made a massive impact on the whole thoroughbred industry, and breeding will continue on for years and years to come. So, look, he was a lovely purchase by Denise Martin and her team for Star Thoroughbreds. So, yeah, good to get a winner for them. We've obviously got a lot of horses with us, so good to finally get through for the maiden. Obviously, it's sort of, I think, 5th run of the career, and just slowly working it out. And yeah, it looked like only the last 50 metres she was really working it out. So there's plenty more to come from her. I'd have to look at the pedigree and to see exactly how far she'd go, but she certainly wasn't stopping. So
Shani made mention of the improvement she'd taken first to second up. She'd been clipped, but she's got such a healthy skin on her today.
Yeah, she does. She's in at the right time of year to build confidence and do the little things right, and I'm sure she can measure up. And yeah, we'll just enjoy today.
She was beaten by her stablemate Frosty Girl last time we saw her. She looks a really handy one to follow. Yeah, she does. She trials again on Friday, and then will more than likely step up straight to a mile. So
yes, it's obviously the right sort of form lines.
Well done.
Thank you.
Charlie Duckworth there as we just wait for our winning rider, Karen McAvoy, to return. Chantel, your pick of the yard gets the job done. You were quite bullish about her today and you were really happy with the natural improvement that she'd taken.
It's the benefit of seeing them each run, and I haven't been in the yard for quite a while now, and the last 3 weeks I have been, and it's, as I said, coming here, I didn't know what to expect from her. I knew there would be improvement, but when I saw her, I thought, no, that's not the horse that I saw 2 weeks ago. Pierre's girl, she had a lot to come. She's probably a touch disappointing, actually, but this horse had just come on in leaps and bounds, and that's the things you look for when you are in the yard. So it's beneficial to be here regularly, Ali, and now that I'm back in the yard on a more permanent basis, that's what you look for. Karen, well done. She needed every inch of that straight to get there.
Yeah, she did, Shani. I think she enjoyed that extra distance there today, and we're able to get a nice trail. It was my first sit on her, but she gave me a nice ride. Yeah.
She'll continue to step out over further, you'd think?
I wouldn't be surprised if she didn't enjoy going a bit further. She's a nice horse to look at, and I'd say there's a bit of strengthening to come as well. So she could continue to improve and enjoy going that little bit further, I'm sure, in the coming preparations. Yep.
Well done, Mac.
Thanks, Ta.
Karen McAvoy, the winning rider there, takes out race 3, Canterbury. Nick Burney's on top selection, Chantel Buckley's pick of the yard, and no doubt we'll see more from her. From the Chris Waller stables, Sleuth was second, and Righteous Legend, our favourite who led them up, has just clung on for third there, Dwayne fourth. Anthony?
Yeah, Canterbury, the filly by Snitzel for Chris Waller, and Karen McAvoy records her first win from start number 5. This one raced by Denise Martin and Star Thoroughbreds. Great to see Denise with a winner. Always thrilled when Denise wins a race. Lovely to see good people doing well. Sleuth's run second. It'll be close to a win soon. Righteous Legend and Dwayne in for fourth. 6, 3, 2 and 1 there after the third from Canterbury. We'll head back to Doomben next for their fourth.
Bad thing. Maybe a bad thing.
But they can go straight to the front and give a really good sight here. But Anthony, earlier this morning, the 8 and the 6, they were quite close together. There's a bit of a difference now.
Nick, Wah 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 was the one we laid early, but in the last 10 or 15 minutes, the late money's for Sinso into $3.10 now and holds double the amount of money compared to Wah Wah Wah. So a big push for the 8 here to beat the 6, and they haven't really backed too much else. Diami 480, did touch 480 back to 460, but late money's with the 8. Here's Darren.
And the gates are back, they're off. Wah, 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 missed the kick. It's going to settle back the back, and Murray jumped well wide out in the yellow, but Miss Jones bounded out and will take the lead from Diami. Murray's in a tricky spot now out wide. Glorious Moments hunting through on the rails. In advance of the favourite San Su, 2 for the back to rate from Wah, wah, wah. Castel Norvo's back last of all, so Miss Jones makes the running from Diami in second spot, and Murray's caught out deep. Glorious Moments pushing through on the rails. San Su still wedged between runners as Murray's kept wide. 2 lengths off to rate from Wah Wah Wah, and Castel Norvo's last of a pretty bunt field. Inside the 600, Miss Jones by 3/4 to Diami. Murray on a 3-wide path. Glorious Moment still fourth the rails, followed by San Su. Rates the outside. A length and a half then to Wah Wah Wah. Castel Norvo not travelling well. Miss Jones spins the corner in front. Diami under a vigorous ride now. Glorious Moments can take the gap if good enough. Murray's had enough. San Su getting to the outside. Wah 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 making ground on the rails. Miss Jones shows the way from Glorious Moments, and San Su the outside, but Glorious Moments surges, and Glorious Moments darts away, running right up to a pretty sharp trial, 1 by 2.5. Photo for second. Miss Jones and San Su, a gap back to Wah Wah Wah, an even bigger gap back to Castel Norvo, followed by Diami, Murray, and Rach was last to finish.
Glorious Moments there for Jim and Greg Lee. Reece Jones streaks away, and as Darren Flindell's mentioned, ran off a really nice trial, albeit it was just the one there on a heavy track over 1,045. This 3-year-old gelding by Brutal. Wins some 1 or 2 lengths there. Sans So was perhaps third. And who did we have in for second? It was Glorious. No, it was Miss Jones. Miss Jones, Nick.
Yeah, good return there, 460 days off the scene. So coming off the back of those 2 high-pressure trials, and they wanted to back this runner earlier in the week. It dried up there late, but had every possible chance behind the speed. A really nice ride there by Reece Jones, just producing at the correct time there. The second horse, I thought Miss Jones was very brave there, up on top of the speed as well. But Sanso, I thought, was clearly the run of the race. Just got into an awkward spot at about the 600 metres, had to get pushed wide here, which is always tough to do at Canterbury, but she let down really hard there late. And Wah, I think can only benefit off from the run, just missed the start. And there's a little one flashing through there late, was that Castel Nouveau. So maybe just put that in your black book, but for in time. But I thought Sanso was a really good run, but the winner, to come off that long break, that's a great return.
Yeah, the son of Miss Finland, Castel Nuovo, flashing late, but Glorious Moments, who'd had the 2 trials, I said 1, but 2 trials there, this son of Brutal for Jim and Greg Lee. We'll just wait for Reece Jones to come back and give us his thoughts, and he's just making his way back now, Shani.
What do I know? I thought he looked a little bit soft in the yard, but they obviously poured as much work as possible into him. He'd had 2 trials coming into this. He'd had 65 weeks off the scene, so his last start was in the Pango Pango. Obviously they thought enough of him as a 2-year-old to send him around in that race, and things obviously weren't quite right there. So he's had that solid break. He, as I said, I thought he looked like he needed it, but no, he was really, really good there. Reece has been on board. Well, actually, Reece trialled him last start. Reece actually rode him last preparation, so he knows a lot about him, and it's only onwards and upwards for him to come out and do that off such a lengthy layoff. Spells a nice horse going forward.
He's got a good amount of bone on him too, doesn't he? And as you said, he's got that natural improvement that you'd expect for a horse who's had some 459 days off the scene. And we had a good tip around for that as well. Someone's coming back pleased with themselves at about the $8 quote, $8.50 I think he ended up on. Miss Jones and then San So, I thought a credible third for her again, and she'll only improve as you would expect. Wah has run 4th as we just wait now for Reece Jones to make his way back to scale and have a chat to Shani, Nick.
Yeah. The way he hit the line there as well. I watched back the vision there, and it was holding the rest of the field, and he was really strong through it. So the first time there over the 1250 metres, this horse will get easily 1400 metres with a bit of time. Yes, the perfect ride, but thought there was a bit of style about it late. And as I said before, they got plenty out of it early in the week. It was well back. Yes, it dried up on the day, but with that said, a really good effort. And Shani's going to catch up with Reece Jones, the winner of race 4.
Yeah, Reece just having a quick chat to the connections. Reece, well done. You trialled him up. He trialled beautifully. That was a really nice return today.
Really good. He's finishing into a nice little horse there. He's had a bit of time off, and he's probably done well good. Come back gelded. He's come back stronger. Come back a lot more switched on. As you said, his trial the other day was really nice, and today had the blinkers off. First time back up. Jumped away well. Got into a good spot. Got that gap when I needed, and when I asked for him, he was full of running. So he let down quite well. It was really good to see.
Did you come here confident he could do that?
I did. I was speaking to one of the owners, Keith. We're quietly confident that he could run a really good race off his trials. Really nice to get a city winner, much needed one. So really thrilled for everyone involved.
Good on you, Reece. Keep it up.
Thanks, Jenny.
Reece Jones, the winning rider there in race 4, our first leg of the quaddie. Might have knocked a few out as you would expect. Glorious Moments, Miss Jones and San So has run 3rd, Anthony.
Okay, he's come back a much better horse since they've gelded him. Glorious Moments, tested in obviously tougher company in his first prep, but he was well beaten. Got beat a combined 35 lengths in 2 starts, gelded, trialled up much better this time, and as Darren said in the call, he raced right up to those sharp trials. He was too good for them. 3, 10, 8 and 6, and he's on his way. Favourites just gave away too big a head start to him, and he had a little tactical advantage on them. Let's leave it there. Doomben race 5 after the breaks next.
Anderson Bridge on top.
Isn't he? $3.30 when you started your mounting yard 10 minutes ago. He's now $3 and by far the most popular runner here. Lennox at $6, Anderson Bridge $7.50. Gazump soft at $7.50. Mazzella, there's money there, $8.50, and it is the second most popular runner, so we're sort of happy to let you on that one at the moment. Mazzella was a bit shorter than that this morning, and Fleet Commander $10. That money dried up. It's all for Fio Prospero here late, $3. Here's Darren.
Last to move in. So Earth Dance going forward here to the outside draw, and they're locked and loaded. 10 running here in the fifth. The Ole Kirk at Vinery, off and racing now at Canterbury. A natural deduction jump well. Lennox handled the start nicely. Mazzella is handy as well. Towards the inside now, Whiteout Fleet Commander being sent forward. Favourite Fear Prospero is going to settle fifth in the early stages, with Sun Source keeping it company. Further back to Karma Guay, then came Gazumpt. Anderson Bridge and Earth Dance has been snagged back to last, so Lennox takes the lead now. Third up today, Chad Schofield has Lennox in front by a half. Fleet Commander sent forward to park on the outside. Mazzella takes leader's back spot third. Natural deduction fourth, one out, one back. Then the favourite three back the fence, Fear Prospero on the inside of Sun Source. Two further back to Karma Guay on the inside of Gazumpt, and the last two Anderson Bridge on the inside of Earth Dance. They've got 1,100 metres to run now, and Lennox is the front runner, out by two on Fleet Commander. They're followed after a length and a half to Mazzella on the inside of Natural Deduction. Then came Fear Prospero, the favourite midfield, on the inside of Sun Source. Then Karma Guay from Gazumpt. Anderson Bridge and Earth Dance sees them all. No change to the order along the Cooks River side of the course. 800 metres to go. Lennox 2 lengths clear from Fleet Commander. Then Mazzella third, the inside of Natural Deduction. Two off then to Fear Prospero on the inside of Sun Source. Karma Guay from Gazumpt, and still Anderson Bridge and Earth Dance the last two. Nothing's changed in the last 1,000 metres of the race, and it's Lennox in front by a length on Fleet Commander, being revved up to stick on. Then Natural Deduction further back to Mazzella. Fear Prospero getting the gaps now and is hooking to the outside as they straighten up, and Lennox under the pump just in front from Natural Deduction, Fleet Commander, and Fear Prospero starting to round them up on the outside. Natural Deduction moved up to hit the lead. Fear Prospero's closing in. They beat off Lennox, Natural Deduction and Fear Prospero. Natural Deduction won't give in without a fight, and Natural Deduction fended off Fear Prospero, and Anderson Bridge got up to run third. In front of Fleet Commander, Lennox weakened out. Further back then came Sun Source from Karma Guay, Gazumpt, Earth Dance and Mazzella was last to finish.
Well, Natural Deduction just wouldn't lie down, would he? This gelding by the Autumn Sun gets his third win at start number 10, and he manages to hold off the favourite there, Fear Prospero, who looked as though he was looming, but Natural Deduction just got the better of him, and a bit of a horror watch there for Nick Burney beside me, who backed Anderson Bridge and tipped him.
That's Anderson Bridge's life, isn't it? Just finding trouble. But though, all honours to the winner, though, Natural Deduction. I think getting back onto that more improved surface, you just put a line through that last start here at the track and distance on a heavy track. So he really wanted to knuckle down there late there, because Fio Prospero looked ominous at about the 200-metre mark. So they've both run well. Anderson Bridge just got into a very, very awkward position about the 800 metres and had a checkered passage throughout. And the two Fleet Commander was only second up there and had to always face the breeze, and look what a genuinely run race, with obviously Lennox leading them up, and it's dropped out of it. So maybe third up for Fleet Commander, but especially those last couple of bounds, it is all about the winner, Natural Deduction.
Just waiting for Tom Charlton to come over and have a chat to us. Here he comes, making his way down now. Not in any rush. I think he can hear me. He's just walking over to have a chat with us now. He's been training too many winners. That's the problem, you see. He's too used to these post-race interviews. He's been winning Queensland derbies and training winners yesterday there at Hawkesbury, and this guy just was tough to the line today, wasn't he?
Yeah, look, you could ride his last race off. Previously his first up run was good, so we were pretty confident if things worked out that he could run really well.
And always nice to get a winner in these colours for Ron Finnemore as well, no doubt.
Absolutely. Second winner in a couple of days for Ron, so he'll be happy. But it's a patient ownership group. He's been a talented horse. He's been met with a couple of setbacks. But it's pleasing to see him do that today. He can definitely go on with it.
Stable are flying at the moment, so you'll be sticking around. You won't be off on any overseas jaunts.
I've got a quick trip back to for a friend's wedding next week. So, yeah, we'll keep it short and sharp.
May the momentum continue. Well done.
Thank you.
Tom Charlton there. They've had a fantastic last couple of weeks, particularly a strong Queensland Carnival, a couple of winners there yesterday at Hawkesbury, and this guy, Natural Deduction, a 4-year-old gelding by the Autumn Sun. As Tom mentioned, you could probably put a line through his run last start there, and he gets a win. Third up into the preparation. He'd had a tick over trial as well there. So when did he last? He had quite a bit of time off the scene actually prior to that, and he'd had a win at Hawkesbury, so that's his third win at his 10th career start as he just makes his way back here with winning rider Zach Lloyd. Shani?
Yeah, nice effort from him. He clearly was ready to peak today, and that he did. So he'll continue to step out, and many wins in stall. He's only a lightly raced 4-year-old, as you mentioned, Al, start number 10 and win number 3, so he's built himself a nice little record. This stayer has, and he looked really good in the yard today, so I didn't see him in either run. I was here, but I didn't have a good, close look at him. Well done, Zach. You got on at the right time.
Yeah, he's must say coming to the race, the team was quite confident he'll run well, so good win by him. He's not an easy horse to ride, but it was a nice effort by him.
And further too will suit him?
Yeah, like that horse probably got within a neck of him at about the 100, 150, and he fought it off and was pulling away again on the line. So as long as he just relaxes and switches off, a short 10 furlongs and beyond will be no problem.
Well done.
Thank you.
Good push there going forward for Natural Deduction from Zach Lloyd. So he wins. Fiat Prospero, our favourite second, and Anderson Bridge. Do we forgive him one more time, Nick?
One more time, Anderson Bridge, honestly.
Why not? Fleet Command has run 4th, Anthony.
Natural Deduction, it's his third win now from start number 10, building a tidy little record, the son of the Autumn Sun. Obviously hated that heavy ground at Canterbury last time out, beaten a fair way there, but he's bounced right back to form. He had a pretty tough run the other day on that heavy ground. I think he was he was no better than about 4 wide the whole way. And he's bounced back to form big time. 10, 5, 11 and 2. We'll leave it there. We've got Doomben coming up next, race number 6.
For race 6 on the card, Chad Schofield rides are now resuming today. But Harry's Bar back to the scene of the maiden success. August 28 when winning a Super Maiden over a similar journey, and has been in much tougher races in the last 6 months or so leading up to this one today. So Harry's Bar with a drop in class, barrier 2, is a clear-cut favourite. They're all locked and loaded now, and we're ready to run. Race 6 are at Canterbury. Just waiting for the all clear. Gates are back. They're off and racing. Harry's Bar began fairly there. There's plenty of speed with First Person, Star Mayhem. Botanica bounded out. Now Harry's Bar in the thick of the action with Amicus Curii right there on the rails. Couple off to La Sora Dane, followed by Hanaua slotted in midfield. 2 lengths then to Maritz Girl from Catahoula, Denman Star, and Kumbila is the last one. Botanica's pressing on here, working pretty hard for the lead with Star May holding its ground on the rails. First Person racing in third position, just coursing a little bit deep. Harry's Bar gets a good trail on the outside of Amicus Curii. 2 lengths then to La Sonora Dane on the inside of Hanaua. 3/4 then to Maritz Girl, taking off 3 wide before the bend. They've got 400 metres to go. It's Botanica. Star May serving it up with First Person. Maritz Girl out wide. Harry's Bar's got a little gap to go through as they straighten up now. It's Botanica, Star May, Harry's Bar and Maritz Girl on the outside. Then Denman Star down to the 200 and Maritz Girl races to a narrow lead from Harry's Bar. Denman Star and Hanau's bursting through with a big run late. Hanaua, Denman Star. Denman Star went home best. Denman Star won it from Hanaua. And third, there's a few of them in it there. Harry's Bar, Maritz Girl and Catahoula late on the scene, followed by Kumbila. Then La Sonora Dane from Amicus Curii. Star May weakened out. So did Botanica and First Person. Denman Star, Zach Lloyd the winner.
For Ange Davies, burst through there with Zach Lloyd aboard. That's a double for Zach Lloyd as well in what was a bunched finish as well, and they set it alight in that race. They were certainly running, weren't they? And now it looked like he was going to pop through and just nab the leader, but he wasn't able to do so there. He got a bit bundled up, but all honours with Ange Davies' galloper there. And our winner, Denman Star, Nick.
Yes, first up, and it was a winner first up last preparation, but they ran along there with the blinkers on a couple of those leaders. So, yes, run to suit, but that's a good effort, high pressure race to hit the line the way she did. Also, the 4 there, I thought Hanau, look, it had a bit of a checkered passage, just couldn't build into it at a key stage there, about that 400 to 200 as you see on your screen soon. But he's clearly going to improve from that runner performance, so he's really come on Hanau from that preparation. I thought Harry's Bar had its chance, was the lone survivor though out of that on-speed battle, and the 9 Maritz Girl, she's going to be much better over further, so that's a great performance to loom and just peek out of it there. But I'd have to say Hanau is going to be a big improver, but all honours to the winner, that's a great return.
Most certainly, and Hanau would be one to follow out of that, having run his first up race there. We haven't seen him in quite some time, since September, and he's getting his manners in check as well, which Shani noted in the yard. He's a beautiful type of galloper and he's very well related. But Denman Star here, this 4-year-old gelding by Denman for Ange Davies. I'm just seeing if Ange is around. We're having a look. I think she's just coming over now. Here she is. We found Ange. So she's got this guy peaking first up. He was right on song today. We haven't seen him since he ran at Newcastle there in a benchmark 68 on a good 3 track. Well done, Ange.
How are you?
Really well. How are you? It's nice to see you again.
Yeah, well, it's nice to be back here and winning in Sydney.
So what did you make of this guy's chances first up? Were you confident?
Yeah, we had a bit of money on him at $23. I was very happy with it.
So you've got some pleased owners here too. What a crew.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's great. He's actually gone really well, the horse, and had a really good prep so far. So, yeah, tickle pink with him coming into this, and thought he was a real good chance at a good price. So
this is the best celebration we've had at Canterbury in a long time.
It's terrific.
Where to now?
Don't know. We always go home and have a think, but I'm hoping a midway for this bloke. If I can find the right midway, he should be able to go on a Saturday and win a midway.
I know you always look after them so well. Well done, Ange.
Thank you.
We've got some very pleased owners here. Sorry, Shani, I'll just take you out. Celebrations all round, isn't it?
Yes, I've never seen so many people here at Canterbury on a Wednesday. It's great to see everyone down here, and I'm tipping half of the people here are the owners. Well done, Zach. The speed was on. You landed in a nice spot. Nice win.
Yeah, it couldn't have panned out any nicer for him, but it's a very nice turn of foot for a horse like this in this distance. So, if things go that way for him, he's always going to quicken and finish the race well.
Ange was suggesting a midway. You'd think off that win he'd have a midway win in him.
Yeah, for sure. As I said, if he can get a race suited like that in a midway, his turn of foot's definitely up to that grade, and he'd be very competitive.
Good job.
Thank you.
Well done to Zach Lloyd, and a great result for the owners out on track here today. It's always nice when we have some good celebrations. It really lifts up the mood. Look at them go out there for their photo. Great result there for Ange Davies, and perhaps a midway next for Denman Star. And now one to follow. Maritz Girl has run third, and then Harry's Bar, the favourite, nabs fourth there, Anthony.
Great scenes. Denman Star, the 4-year-old by Denman, as the name suggests. Capri Racing, there's Vince and the team. And always good to see them have a winner, and they're enjoying it there in Sydney at Canterbury. OK, we'll leave it there. We're off to a break. Race number 7 is up next, and we'll head to Doomben next after the break.
Walking on a dream, how can I explain? Talking to myself, will I see again? We are always running for the thrill of it, always pushing up the hill, searching for the thrill of it. All along we are calling out now again, never looking down, I'm just an aura of what's in front of me.
Zach Lloyd's ridden the last 2 winners, but both riders have finished for the day. Now, Kazalark moving in. Tommy Berry, the replacement rider there. Pardon my French. And Aim Point are now the last 2 to move in. $4 favourite, No Drama, carrying 62 kilos. Last time it was here at the course and distance, it won. Light On Ready now. Off and racing in the last, and No Drama given a real rev up out of the gates and is going to lead initially from Jacob's Time. Willie Opper jumped all right. Pardon my French handy. Wide out there is Nana's Wish rolling forward. High Dandy settles back on the inside, followed by Serene Nick and Lockdown Gamble a bit deep. Further back to Miss Hades. Cadillacs pulling hard in the early stages, and Aim Point's been snagged back to last. They find their order and No Drama holds the front. The favourite from the second favourite, Nana's Wish, and Willie Opper gets a good trail on the outside of Jacob's Time. Two further back to High Dandy, fifth. The rails from Pardon My French, Lockdown Gamble cast wide. They're followed then by Miss Hades in advance of Serene Nick from Cadillac, and 2 lengths away to Aim Point. So the race to the Campsie side of the course, and No Drama carrying 62 kilos leads for Clark from Nana's Wish from a long Victorian campaign back in Sydney Park second, followed then by Jacob's Time at advance of Willie Opera is being pushed along. Then came High Dandy, Pardon My French. A lot of these back in the field are struggling as they come to the turn. 400 a run. No Drama in front by a length. Now Nana's Wish is being stoked up. Jacob's Time the fence from Willie Opper. Then came High Dandy, Pardon My French. Miss Hades looking to work into the clear. No Drama leads inside the 250. No Drama 2 in front. Nana's Wish is sticking on. Nana's going after No Drama now. No Drama and Nana's Wish, the favourites, fight it out, and Nana's back in town. Nana's Wish gunned down No Drama. Jacob's Time third. Then came Willie Opper, followed by Cadillac and Miss Hades. Further back to High Dandy, Pardon My French, Lockdown Gamble, Serene Nick, and Aim Point was always towards the rear of the field.
Nana's Wish, her first run back here in Sydney. She thrives every time she comes up here. She was an honorary member of the Black Book for quite some time last preparation. They came here searching for heavy ground and they found soft ground instead, but she was able to get the job done and nab the favourite, No Drama, on the line there. Jacob's Time has run third, and then it looks as though Willie Opper, I think, has run in for fourth. So Nana's Wish from Victoria.
Yeah, it was a long-awaited win there for Nana's Wish. I think third up, just rock-hard fit there, and the 2 on-speed horses really dominated there. So No Drama gave a good kick, but maybe just that weight swing in the claim there for Anna Roper. But Nana's Wish, she deserved a win. I thought No Drama was great up on top of the speed. He always races well here at Canterbury. The 10 Jacob's Time, a big improver second up, another one of those on-speed horses. Now, there's one, I'm not sure if Ali mentioned it, but she'll get to it, called Cadillac. Just back in on the fence there, a long time off, didn't have any luck whatsoever, and then it might be just one to keep an eye out on. And then, of course, the 14 Willie Opper had its chance, but just outpaced it back to the 1550. But it's all about the winner. Deserved that win, Ali.
Most certainly. And Joe, aren't we lucky we get to chat again? Nana's Wish, she said you were hunting for heavy tracks, but she managed today on the soft ground.
That was just enough give out of it. She's been running on those good tracks, but just seems to let down a bit better when there's a bit more give. Obviously, she was very fit. Trip is ideal. She even stays a bit further. And yeah, she kept building. Anna rode her well. She just took her time to cross. Didn't have to do much work there, and then was comfortable, travelled well, and then just kept grinding away. So it's good. Good to get a win from my racehorse. Obviously, they've had a bit of fun with her. They're a good bunch of owners. And I think there's a bit more to come, especially some of the year for her.
We've had some great owners on track today. We've got another big group here, and she seems to thrive in New South Wales especially.
Yeah, she does. She's always been very consistent, and she's matured a lot. She's always been a filly now mare that hard to finish physically, and she's finally getting there both physically and mentally, so it's good to get a result.
Well done.
Thank you.
Nice to chat with Joe. There's the celebrations as our winning rider returns to scale. Anna Roper to have a chat with Chantel Buckley. She's just making her way back now. We've had some great owners on track today, Shani. It makes it feel like we're not on a Wednesday in the middle of winter, does it?
Well, you don't usually see many people here on a Wednesday, but I must say, beautiful conditions here this afternoon. It's been quite pleasant. We've seen quite a few people on track. And they've had 2 winners too, the previous winner and of course this winner here. So nice to see a lot of people on course. Ali, if you haven't got a black book, I suggest you put Cadillac in the black book. Is there tomorrow? What is it, 7 p.m. tomorrow night?
That's right. Thank you, Chantel.
Anna, well done. You landed in a great spot and worked out well.
Yeah, it was always going to be a little bit tricky from the gate. Was hoping to find 1-1, but just pushing up to outside leader, it meant I was within striking range of Tim, and look, she made hard work of it. From the 600 I was off the bit, but to her credit, she's mustered on really well.
Did you feel like you were ever going to get there?
I didn't. I was really worried. I was off the bit, obviously, making very hard work of it, but she's done really well to stick on it and toughed it out late. She obviously wants to track a bit wetter, and not ideal to have to do that little bit of work early, but she's done a really good job.
Well done.
Thank you.
Winning rider Anna Roper there takes out our final race at Canterbury. It's been a very pleasant day of racing in this winter sunshine. We've had some nice results, some progressive horses to follow, and beautiful weather to boot, haven't we, for our midweek meeting. Nana's Wish, No Drama, Jacob's Time, and Willie Opper on behalf of Chantel Buckley, Nick Burney, and myself. Thanks for joining us here for our Canterbury coverage, Anthony.
Okay, thanks, Ali. Good job, team. Nana's Wish, well backed. There was good money for it, and the first two across the line were the most popular in betting.